welcome everybody to this beautiful day, beautiful celebration. I'm Susan Michaud. I am the campus director for Carl's campus. I would like to introduce Matthias Shane, who is also from the Carlsbad campus, who will be leading us in our Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand.
Place your right hand over your heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Matthias, for your wonderful Pledge of Allegiance. And welcome, everybody, family, friends, administration, faculty, and most of all, our graduates. So for those of you I have not had the pleasure to meet, I'm Ms. Baker. I am the campus director for San Diego campus. And thank you again for joining us today. So, wow, what a group is the first thing I have to say. And what a school year. It's truly been a year of transformation. I'm incredibly honored to see these students to their next journey in life. Cherish and be in the moment today as much as you can, and enjoy this accomplishment with your friends and family. That's what we're all here to do. This year I have witnessed such a close community form on our campus. Each of these students brings something fresh and inspiring when they collaborate with their peers. The creativity and the innovation just gives me such great confidence in the world that these students will shape. Community is so important, now more than ever. It's a powerful bond, and it assures us that everybody knows there's somebody to turn to and somebody to look out for them. As administrators and instructors, we definitely have the pleasure each day of seeing this grow and change and evolve. Over the course of the school year, each of our seniors brings a unique and truly needed characteristic to our campus. Gio, I'd like to commend you for just your effort, your persistence, and your constant love of everybody around you. Ashton, you truly exemplify acceptance in our community and open communication, and you're really a true pillar of our campus. Kobe, you really exemplify patience, especially with the younger students. They look up to you as an example. Adriana, your passion, your ideas, your activism is just extremely contagious to everybody around you. Dustin, your politeness and respect, your dedication to your sport is really going to take you far. Great job. Carl, I really want to recognize your humor and your wit. Carl has done some magic tricks for us in the past, and is a pretty good political cartoonist, so I'm hoping to see him on the print there someday. Katie, I really want to commend just your friendship. You truly help embrace every student and see their true beauty. I can't wait to see your fashion blog and the different things you'll do in that industry. Cassandra, as much as you are the sarcastic one on our campus, also are so kind and just bring that energy to everybody that you meet. For Carly, your energy, your enthusiasm, again, is truly contagious, and you're just a true spirit. I know you'll be successful in anything that you persist in. So, and Cody, your insight and your curious nature truly inspire me each day. I'm really going to miss our cultural chats that happen around 5:30 in the evening when we're still there at the campus. So what I want these students to know is we truly feel your legacy here in our community, and I can't wait to see you transform so many more communities. So congratulations. So at this time, I would like all of our teachers to please stand. We'd like to recognize and acknowledge our Futures Academy teachers. Everybody. also acknowledge our campus operations coordinators. And of course, I'd like to recognize our directors of student success, our academic leads. I'd also like to introduce Susan Michon, and she's going to say a few words about her Carlsbad seniors. Thank you, folks.
Thank you, Brittany. Our Carlsbad seniors. Bittersweet day. We're so proud of you, but so sad to see you all go. Your presence on campus will truly be missed. And I think a few of you have already promised to come back and visit, so we're going to hold you to that. Let's start with Nick Cohen. Nick, you are one of the kindest students. Your spirit is just so kind and endearing, and you've come a long way in accomplishing your goals. We have no doubt you're going to be successful in whatever endeavor you put your mind to, but please do remember us little people when you're famous up there. And we just want to say, look out, Cal State San Marcos, because here comes Nick. Zach, I have actually not had the pleasure of meeting dear Zach until today. I came to the campus in January, and this young man, we're all so proud of, considering he completed his senior year in December before I arrived in January, so I'd say he's accomplished quite a bit. Very driven, very independent, and from what I understand, your sense of humor is very contagious on campus, so you'll have to definitely come back and humor us more often. It really contributes to your charm. Alex Escobar-Lees. I think we all agree that among many of Alex's talents is his amazing mind, and you've had a conversation with Alex, you understand that. He's very independent, he's very self-directed, and he's very humble about all those things that he exudes, and we are definitely looking forward to see the great things that Alex does as he moves to that next chapter in his life. Cassidy Lyons. So in bold letters, Cassidy is futures. I'd say she definitely has embraced every opportunity to develop yourself, to just enjoy everything that Futures has to offer you. You have developed yourself as just a well-rounded, very talented young lady. Your positive spirit has just created a really fun environment on the Futures campus. And again, as we've said about all of you, you'll be very missed in the tone that you set on our campus, I think will last for many, many years in the futures to come. Miss Ashley Miller. She is one of the most driven young ladies that we know. She has done some amazing things. You definitely know what you want. Go for it, and you pretty much get it when you put your mind to it. We're really excited to see how you apply your gifts in that next stage of your life. Mr. Overman, Alec Overman. He truly exemplifies, you truly exemplify transformative academics. And that's probably a new phrase for you, Alec, but his growth as a future student, you've just grown so much in every aspect of your life, not just academically, Alec. It's really been remarkable. And you've proven, I think, to yourself, to your family, to all of us at Futures, that if you put your mind to something, you really can transform your mindset and accomplish some really cool things. So we look forward to seeing you back when you visit your brother and the rest of us next year. And last but not least, Mr. Mateus Schenk. You have many strengths, Mateus. You are a film editor, you have a wonderful fashion sense. Always love to see what you're going to wear when you walk in the door. And you have a way of making everybody in the room feel great. You're just a very sweet, kind man. Your openness and humility is also a real big part of your charm, and we believe that you're going to do wonderful things, and you capture all those things together. So thank you for all of that. We're all very proud of all 7 of you as you carry on to the next phase of your journey. So now I would like to reintroduce Ms. Baker from the San Diego campus to introduce our student speakers today.
Adriana Alexandra Cacho, one of our seniors. Adriana will be giving a speech to the graduates.
Good morning, teachers, faculty, parents, loved ones, and most importantly, graduates. I'm honored to be celebrating here with you today, because if I had not decided to come to Futures, I fear I would not be able to be here with you. If my 14-year-old self could see me now, she would say, "So when did you start performing miracles?" In fact, before I came to Futures, I was in a very dark state of mind. I was bullied and discriminated against, and was coping with my major depressive disorder and anxiety. On top of that, I was a varsity athlete and an honors student with grades sinking faster than the Titanic. Plus, I was trying to balance being a good daughter, sister, and friend. In other words, I was tired for 3 years straight. However, when I was fortunate enough to discover Futures Academy, I blossomed. It gave me the support, love, and resources that I needed to thrive in an academic, mental, and social aspect. The main reason I shared my story with you is to further express that success is not linear. Success is not contingent on where you start. It is embodied by where you end up. In this life, you have to be the miracle you are asking for. And we all know that this world is in desperate need of miracles, with global issues like poverty, war, climate change, racism, sexism, homophobia, transphobia, and ableism. And there's millions more. Graduates, we are forced to face and are directly affected by the choices of our predecessors. At 18, it's hard to deal with these global issues. You might feel scared, enraged, or depressed, but above all, I need you to feel passionate. We may be young, but soon we will be old, and old enough to vote or run for political office. Never believe you are too young or too old to be the change that you want to see. Your time is now. Thousands of students our age are unable to graduate due to their wrongful murder or socioeconomic disparities. We are privileged in the fact that we have access to opportunities like Futures Academy. Weaponize yourself with your education. After all, it does not stop here. Educating yourself is a lifelong commitment. Continue to educate yourself for the loved ones we lost in the past, because we are now the future. Other people are going to try and tell you how you should act or what you should do in these next few years to come. And you're going to have extreme highs and extreme lows. But you've made it this far, and you will find strength in yourself and from your support from others. I could not have achieved this level of success without my support system of my parents, siblings, family members, and friends. And you, my fellow graduates. This diploma, and the many more to come, will only be mine because of all of you. Graduates, I implore you, this is your moment, this is your life. Be the change you want to see, or die trying. Thank you.
Fantastic job, Adriana. Thank you for that. I would now like to introduce Cassidy Lyons from the Carl Park.
with saying thank you. Thank you to all the extraordinary staff members that we have here at Futures. I think that I can speak for a majority of our students that we would not be where we are today without you guys. Personally, I started off at Futures about 1.5 or 2 years ago, and I was probably the most quietest person ever, which But after the help and encouragement from our amazing staff, I was able to break out of my shell and become the person I am today. Confident, outgoing, and to be able to graduate with abundance of new friends. The staff at Futures Academy works so hard to assist each and every student reaching their goals. And from what I have seen and experienced, it has worked wonders for many of our students. So before my departure from Futures, I just want to say thank you for giving me a second family for the past few years. That was there anytime I and the rest of our students needed them, whether we needed help on homework or just someone to talk to. Thank you.
Excellent job. Thank you so much, Cassidy. I would now like to introduce our final speaker, Carly Proble from San Diego. Carly will be speaking to our parents.
To the people who have supported us through thick and thin, who gave birth to us and have been our #1 fans since day one, thank you for all you do. Over the years, you have supplied an endless support system that is irreplaceable, one with so much love and affection, who gives timeless advice. And from there, you show us the way of life. I remember the day my parents blessed me with the gift of private school. It was music to my ears when I was told I could transfer. My dad took me to Halston Academy at the time, and we met with the brilliant Brittany Baker. She told me how I didn't need to be nervous and I was going to shine. My dad gave me a smile and I was off. Ever since that day, I have come home and been so proud of myself. My parents asked me how school was, and I can honestly tell them it was a great day. The thing about parents is they always come back to us, even when we say we don't want them. They come back. Parents teach us to be strong. They stand up to bullies and to never let anyone else put us down. Looking back on when I was at public school, I didn't have the self-confidence to do this. I would let people hurt me, and I would let them bring me down. It made me someone I didn't want to be. Here at Futures, through the help and support of staff and my amazing parents, I have conquered this. This past year, I've watched myself grow to the adult I never thought I was going to be. Every day, my parents tell me they're proud of me and that I'm improving. As annoying as it is, they know I appreciate it, and I appreciate them. I can't speak for the other students' parents, but if their parents are smart enough to place me in this secure environment, then they're doing something right. As a stubborn teenager I was, sometimes it slipped our minds to thank our parents for all they do. They have a roof over our heads, 3 meals a day, and so much love. Thank you, parents, for everything you do. One day when I'm old enough to have kids and reflect on myself as a parent, I hope I can say I was half the parents mine were. My dad has constantly worked for years to try me to be the best I can be. He is the only person who has pushed me past my limits, and as many times as I rejected it, he keeps pushing me. Thank you, Dad. And I know I don't say it enough, but I love you, and I will hug you next time you ask. Mom, you're my best friend. You're my #1 fan. I'm so thankful to have a role model as a meeting with you to inspire me and help me grow as the young woman I am. Well, guys, we did it. Class of 2019. And I hope you all accept and support I hope you all accept the support your parents constantly throw at you. Some of us may be leaving next year, but make sure you call at least once a week. It means more to them than you know. Congrats, grads.
Thank you, Carly, and thank you to all of our speakers. That was extremely eloquent and just a joy to listen to your experience. Thank you. At this time, I would like to introduce Susan, again, for our Estlers Awards. Those are expected school-wide learning results.
Very good. I'd also like to welcome Ms. Beeler, Alexia Beeler, back up, the Director of Student Success, to present the awards to our students. today. So our first award is for our self-directed learner. This future student demonstrates responsibility and accountability for his or her own learning program by actively participating in its implementation and assessment. They practice self-evaluation, time management, organizational skills, and study skills. Futures Academy recognizes Yang Chen of the San Diego class as an exceptional self-directed learner. Our next student is a creative problem solver. This student develops a positive self-esteem by discovering and recognizing the value of individual gifts and demonstrates a positive attitude while actively engaging in academic pursuits. This student applies complex problem solving to real-life problems. Futures Academy would like to recognize Alexander Escobar-Lees of the Carlsbad campus. Academy student is an effective communicator. They communicate thoughts and ideas effectively in both written and verbal forms. They develop and apply good reading, writing, speaking, and listening skills. Futures Academy would like to recognize Peilin Wu of the San Diego class. Congratulations. This next Futures Academy student is college and career ready. This student develops academic and interpersonal skills utilizing a variety of resources that provide a strong base for their individual growth. They develop a responsible work ethic and practice self-evaluation. This student develops academic and interpersonal skills utilizing modern resources. Futures Academy would like to recognize Ashley Miller of the Carlsbad. Congratulations, Ashley. Academy student is a community participant. They develop an awareness of individual responsibility by contributing volunteer community service hours. They get involved in their community and they recognize their relationship within the world. Futures Academy would like to recognize Cassidy Lyons of the Carlsbad. Alexa Mueller back up on stage to designate our recipient of our High Honor Roll.
So here at Futures, we have Honor Roll and High Honor Roll. Honor Roll is where you receive a 3.75 or higher, and then High Honor Roll is where you receive a 4.0 or higher. Today, we would like to recognize Ashley Miller for receiving High Honor Roll. diploma, we will have a speaker for each student. I'd first like to bring up Mrs. Miriam Pelagian to speak for Nicholas Cullen.
Hi, first, I'm meeting Nick for the first time in junior seminar as his college rigorous counselor back in March of 2018. I'm preparing that to seeing Nick now as a graduating senior. As I step back and think about it, it's amazing to see his journey. Back then, I saw a student with a hoodie pulled up over his head, kind of hiding in the back of class. And now we see a very mature young man, ready for college and the world beyond. And testaments to Nick's growth are both his Student of the Month award that he received and how he confidently spoke on the teacher appreciation video for the Carlsbad campus, eloquently articulating what he was grateful for and thanking the teachers at Teachers Academy. Nick, we are all so proud of you, and we are excited to see what you will create in the future. The sky's the limit. Congratulations.
So next, I will actually be speaking on behalf of Mr. Daniel Tomczak, and I will be speaking for Alexander Escobar Lees. Alex Escobar, you are one heck of a student and learner. I know I don't have much time, so I'd like to just tell everyone 3 things about him that I have discovered to be true. First, his favorite word is system. Secondly, he is the only person who can almost fully convince me that, in fact, the Matrix is real. Last but not least, if he is able to actualize his potential and dreams, even to the smallest degree we are in, for a seriously dazzling future. Growth mindset, Alex. Congratulations on making it this far, and see you at the top. Now I would like to welcome Mr. Eric Flowers, speaking on behalf of Zach Warshed.
Thank you. It's an honor for me to say a few words about that. It's an honor because his development since he's been in Futures has been pretty astronomical. He started off as an online student. It was hard to get him to do his homework, and you can see it on the video. But his improvement since that time is basically because he changed his attitude and really started to show some effort. And his unique personality and sense of humor has really shined through these last couple of years. Congratulations, Zach, and good luck in the future.
Now Ms. Joyelle Nevins will be speaking on behalf of Cassidy Lyons.
If we did senior superlatives, I would vote Cassidy Lyons most likely to succeed at anything she puts her mind to. If Cassidy said she was going to accomplish or do something, you did, straight up. No matter the project, from basketball to acting to English, Cassidy put her full self into it, even if that was holding your breath for, I believe, almost 3 minutes. There is great depth to her heart and quality to her work. For example, one of your Mindshift assessments about the power of growth mindset versus fixed mindset, which Cassidy, you are completely the embodiment of growth mindset. What could have been a mundane assignment turned into a detailed presentation, which she actually came and presented to the staff, the future staff, as part of a mindset workshop. She is able to balance maturity and youthful joy. I've seen Cassidy make analytical connections and really think things through and hold wise conversations with your elders. And then I've seen her laugh and just enjoy being right here, right now, doing your thing. So to all of those not part of her family and loved ones, remember this name, Cassidy Lyons. She is going to shift her world, and it will never be the same.
Now, Mr. Lee Bearden to speak on behalf of Ashley Miller.
Ashley Miller embodies many of the qualities that constitute personal success. Perseverance, tenacity, integrity, curiosity, and compassion. As she embarks on the next phase of her journey, studying nursing at Aquinas College in Michigan, I have no doubts that Ashley will carry on this legacy of excellence and continue in her ethic of constant striving in her academics, career, friendships, and life. The last class I got to teach with Ashley was music appreciation. We start the course with rock and roll, but then slip in classical music at the end. The last composer we studied was Beethoven, perhaps the greatest composer of all time. As many of you know, Beethoven authored the most magnificent symphony, the Ninth Symphony, was completely deaf when he wrote it. To Ashley and the other graduates of the class of 2019, I urge you that no matter what setbacks or hardships you may face, you have the power, ability, and fortitude to compose your own Ninth Symphony. Thank you.
And now Mrs. Bethany Vladimirov to speak on behalf of Alec Oberman. When Alec first came to Futures, he was not exactly thrilled to be there. He was not talking about the future or his goals. He would sit next to my desk to do his homework, and we'd talk about our love of classic rock music. One day, I saw something shift in Alec. He started talking about college and how he wanted to focus on coding. He began attending the social activities at school and had clarity on his responsibility for his future. Alec put school as a priority and really pushed forward to accomplish the goal of being here today. Alec, I know you will do great things in the future. You have put the work in, and I am incredibly proud of you, all that you have accomplished. Keep your focus and be open to new things. Remember to celebrate all of your successes, even the small ones. As I always say, make good choices in the world. I will leave you with a quote. Be fearless in the pursuit of what sets your soul on fire. Congratulations, Alex. And finally, for the Carlsbad campus is Ms. Marisol Vargas speaking for Matthias Chang.
asked him anything, he would say, I don't know, just because he didn't want to be wrong. I had to prohibit him from saying, I don't know. But now, 3 years later, he has grown into a more confident young man, and even if he is afraid to be wrong, he'll try to emerge wrong. I am so proud of how far Mateus has come, and I'm even more excited to see where he goes and all the adventures that await him. Although I'll miss him, I am glad we're not a touch at the hip.
Thank you, Ms. Vargas, for making us all cry. So that's it for Carlsbad. I'd like to bring up Mr. Eddie Seha.
For our first graduate, I have Mrs. Danny Pelham speaking for Adriana Cacho.
Thank you. When I first saw Adriana on campus, I thought she was a sophomore in college. When I finally had the chance to talk to Adriana, I knew that I was completely wrong. She was clearly a graduate student. I've been lucky enough to teach Adriana in 2 classes, and all that I can say is that she is the kind of student or young intellectual that a teacher dreams of. Not because we as teachers want an obedient listener, but because students like Adriana remind us how magical learning can be when it's shared. Adriana, I'm certain that you will change the world. With your beautiful mind and exceptional heart, you are a force to be reckoned with. I look forward to voting for you for president in 2028.
I'd like to invite Ms. Nadia Padilla to say a few words about our next graduate, Yang Chen.
So we always refer to Yang as Carl, so we refer to him as Carl. So I've had the privilege of being Carl's English teacher this whole last year. Carl's strong work ethic has consistently impressed me. Together, we read works like The Canterbury Tales and Macbeth. These are works that are difficult even for native English speakers with graduate degrees. But Carl, who was an international student, got through them all with dogged persistence. Over the year, I also saw his writing improve. I saw him, take my advice and use it to become a better writer than he already was, which is exactly what we all dream of with students. And now Carl is continuing on to university, no surprise to me. I wish you the best of luck at your new school. I think if you put even half of the dedication and persistence that you put into our English class, you're going to do an absolutely wonderful job at university.
Mr. Christian Garcia to say a few words about our next graduate, Giovanni R. Deza.
Where are you at? Senor Deza. All right, my fellow comic book geek, movie critic, and sports rival. I think that's the basis of any good relationship. Gio became kin to me. I looked at him like I would a nephew or a younger cousin. And like any nephew or younger cousin, sometimes I had to smack him on the side of the head when he do or say something silly. But just like a nephew or a young cousin, there's a lot of moments I was really proud of Gio. Gio overcame a lot, but more than anything, I think he overcame his self-doubt. He learned to trust his instincts, he learned what is right and wrong, and he's learning who he is. Gio also has a really big heart and has a kind heart. His authenticity and spirit will not only lead him in the right direction, but it will serve him to be very successful in the future. I saw him grow to someone who was a bit shy and unsure of himself, to someone who's more confident, but someone who loves to expand the way he thinks, his perspective, and is always eager to learn something new. The one thing though, Gio, that I think you still need to learn is to drop the trashy Dodgers and become a Padres fan. I think a lot of people have to be in agreement on that. But I know I can't ever have everything I wish for. So if I can have that, I do wish for this. Keep true to who you are, keep real and don't deviate from your heart. Keep on the path of becoming a good man that I know that you can become. And finally, keep in touch.
So I have the honors to speak for our next graduate, Mr. David Kwan. Glad you made it, David. Glad to see you. David actually started with us, I believe, the summer of his 10th grade year. He had a couple of credits to recover. Really ambitious schedule. I think he had to do a couple of AP courses over the summer, and basically just started him full force with his 11th grade year that fall. Really surprised as to his work ethic. And you can never really count him out. He owed me a few things to wrap up his math course that I actually teach him. And he was able to get him in 11th hour, but we got it in and we're here. So I'm super proud of you. And I get to teach one course a year, and I had the honor to teach you AP Calculus for almost a year and a half because we did the full A, B, and BC series. So you're a really brilliant student, and I hope you recognize all the potential that you have. Have to work out a couple kinks, but that's what high school is all about, and I wish you the best of luck at UC Riverside in the fall. Say a few words about our next graduate. I have Mr. Hunter Bliss to say a few words about Kobe Joseph Manning.
Kobe wanted me to say a special thanks to all of his teachers, but especially a thanks to Miss Lay for encouraging and always willing to help him. Miss Baker for guiding him through all the challenges that he's had. And Mr. Nunez, who isn't here, but he wanted to especially thank Mr. Nunez for taking 5 minutes before each class just to talk about life. Most people don't know this about Kobe, but he's had a pretty challenging upbringing. He struggled through adversity, but you wouldn't know it because Kobe never complains or makes excuses. Sure, it'd be nice to be handed everything, but it's often the struggles that make life what it is. Great things don't come easy. Great things come from hard work, perseverance, and taking advantage of all the opportunities that we are given. I know Kobe appreciates all of these opportunities. He thanks his grandma for being a strong woman who stepped up when others didn't in his life. He's even said in our class, being at the school is pretty special. I am so lucky. Sure, he sometimes doesn't do his work, but he never complains, he never makes excuses. Kobe, if you just keep grinding and put your head down, I know you're going to be ready to take on the world.
like to invite Ms. Francine Flush to say a few words about our next graduate, Carly.
So I'm a new teacher who just started here in January, and on my first day I was so nervous to meet everyone. So my plan was to head up my classroom, keep a profile, but luckily, out of nowhere, this tiny bundle of energy came bounding into the room, loudly proclaiming something along the lines of, "Hi, I'm Carly, I'm a senior, I like your hair, we're gonna have class together." And that just really helped me ease into my place at Features. And that's really who Carly is around campus. The energetic, smiling soul with the perfectly curled eyelashes who welcomes everyone and can always be heard across the room. Carly, I have no doubt that you will go on to do great things. You know what you want, and you definitely know how to get it. And I hope that you hold on to that always, as it is hard to come by. As you pursue your dreams, remember that any bad day can be fixed with a good manicure and a new pair of blue buttons. With your vibrant personality, your confidence, and your persistence, the world is yours for the taking. Don't do anything I won't do.
Invite Ms. Nadia Padilla once more to say a few words about our next graduate, Ashton Garland Stewart.
So I've actually taught Ashton English for 3 years now. We finished 9th grade English together and then went all the way through after that. And in that time I've been so impressed by his creativity and his maturity. Many of my students quite understandably struggle through a lot of the works that we read. They don't want to guess why Kafka has Gregor Samsa turn into a huge insect as a metamorphosis, and they don't want to guess whether Beowulf is as heroic as he appears at first. But these issues have never stumped Ashton. His clearly developed ideas about life and his well-shaped perspective help him to be an insightful, wise beyond his years presence wherever he is. We've read the Canterbury Tales together, we've read Wuthering Heights together, we've read the Odyssey together, and now it's time for you to embark on an Odyssey of your own. Probably the biggest Odyssey you're ever going to undertake. I wish you the best of luck as you navigate adulthood. I will say that we need more people like you. We need more people with strong principles and critical thinking skills to be leaders and voices of reason. Best of luck.
Mr. David Banneker to say a few words about our next graduate, Cassandra Belen Yor.
Cassandra Loa was one of my first students when I joined the teaching staff at Features. I've had the privilege of teaching Cassandra for 6 semesters and 3 subjects. Despite the fact that Cassandra rarely spent much time on campus, in each of these courses I've learned something about Cassandra. I think Cassandra would likely be the first to admit that algebra wasn't her strongest class. Despite that, she always finished her work on time and strove to do her best in the face of any challenge. Cassandra is determined. In photography, she demonstrated in each session her unique perspective and creative eye in how she views the world. Cassandra is incredibly inventive. Most recently in environmental science, Cassandra told me once that she didn't expect much from this class. But to her surprise, the more she learned about Enviro, the more she found she cared. Cassandra, I want to encourage you to hold on to that. The world is going to need people like you. People who are determined and driven, who are creative and innovative, but most importantly, people who care about the world around them. I wish you the best of luck. Congratulations.
certain I might be the only teacher that calls me that. I remember the first day of class, I asked her what she prefers, Van Ann or Katie. She said Van Ann. I also remember asking her the very first day if she liked math. Her answer was a resounding no. And let me tell you, she really does not like math. It made me laugh, but I think it established a good foundation for our relationship. Van Ann and I had a very good and honest relationship. We were very honest with each other. Sometimes she would be very brutally honest with me. But it was always funny. Not only is she honest though, she's also very intelligent, witty, hardworking, and Lord knows, very sassy. These traits will serve her well in the future, whether it's being a fashion designer, running a business, or being in public service. Van Ann will be very competitive and successful whatever she chooses. I don't know where you're off to next, but I know that wherever it is, they better be ready. You are such a powerful person, and your ability to convey it is amazing. Wherever you go, please remember the people here, how much we care about you, and what you mean to us. And as always, please keep in touch.
Mr. David Banneker once more to say a few words about our next graduate, Cody Wu.
Cody Wu has undergone a remarkable transformation in his time here at Futures. I say this really only knowing half the story. When I first met Cody, he struck me as a well-spoken, polite, hard-working, and eminently curious student. It was a surprise for me to later discover that when Cody first joined Futures, he hardly spoke any English. He'd already learned so much in such a short time that I never would have guessed. By the time he finished his classes with me, he was writing entire papers and giving in-depth presentations as fluently as any native-born speaker of English. On top of that, he's so driven that he was able to wrap up my class months early. Cody, it has been a pleasure to teach you science and to help widen your vocabulary. Keep asking questions. You've come so far as a student, and I know you have a bright future ahead of you. Congratulations. Dustin Ju is a responsible student, driven to succeed and willing to work towards that success. This year, Dustin took a brand new course with me, Earth and Space. Dustin faced many obstacles this year, but managed to perform well in the class in spite of everything, and ultimately finished ahead of schedule too. He has shown a dedicated approach to education, even in the face of adversity. Dustin has proven himself to be capable of thriving in a challenging academic environment, and I know that this resilience will take him far. Dustin, congratulations on everything you've achieved and everything you will achieve. Good luck at university.
Graduates, how we feeling? Just ready to call it? Well, you're in luck. You might have noticed that each one of our graduates has a rose. At Futures, it's one of our traditions that these roses be given to a family member, a teacher, or anybody that the students do feel that really encourage them and help them get to this point. So I invite you, after I present the class, to go ahead and do that. But before, I'd like to congratulate all of you and present to everyone the Futures Academy class of 2019. you mind exit down further, they're going to be on the terrace.